Thanks for showing an interest in the ClimateLinked platform. I'm just going to show you a quick overview of the platform here to give you some idea of its capabilities and some of its functionality. If you want to know more, then please get in touch with us. Here you can see the typical login screen for a high-level user who might be interested in the key metrics, for example, for their organization. Any of these graphs you can drill into and examine the data in greater detail. And we can look here at some of the features of the system. The alerts and exceptions panel showing you data that may need additional input to be corrected or is missing, or simply some informational messages about things that have happened in the system. Over here you can see a number of footprints, including your footprint under different schemes, the GHG and the CRC. And here you can get into the CRC phases and any other schemes that may have qualification information. In the qualification section, you can see how in the CRC, for example, the data is for qualification is determined by your electricity consumption. We can go step through this and have a look at all the details relevant to your registration and qualification. You can generate the reports required for the registry, and you can also go through the process step by step, and the system will guide you through this, of determining your CRC emissions if you do qualify. If you see the graph, this is a graph of how you determine your emissions for CRC, and the screen will step you through each of these different stages until you come to the CRC emissions you have to report. We can go through this here. You can see the organisation's relevant emissions here, and we're looking to calculate the total footprint emissions. So we go on through this. When we get to the footprint emissions, we have all our core sources that are mandatory. If we haven't made 90%, we can toggle our additional optional sources that we wish to include to make up the mandatory 90% that is required for CRC. We can then go into the next step, which is our regulated emissions, where we can take off our CCA exempt emissions and our EU ETS emissions that are already covered, finally leaving us with our CRC emissions. This keeps a permanent record of all your reported emissions under the CRC scheme for each year in the phase, and on an ongoing basis you can come back and look at this as part of your evidence pack. Okay, let's go back to the top and drill down into one of the footprints to have a look at some of the data and how you can analyze your data, how that you've collected automatically or uploaded manually or a combination of both. Here you can see your organizational structure again, and you can pick through this to look at the monthly trend graphs. The trend graphs over on the right show you features such as the plot of actual consumption versus your target consumption. If you start putting action plans in, you can start plotting the trend line on here also for the target less the expected reduction, so you can see if you're on course. And if we keep going down into here, we can access the core electricity data, for example. We can go down and find the meter readings. We can navigate through the graph or through the subordinate records tab. Go into the supplies, and again we go down again. And here we can see that we've got some manual readings that we've been uploading daily. Obviously you can do this, you can automate this through your half-hourly meter readings, or you can do it less often through statements. The statuses show you when data may have been marked by the system as being out of line with expected tolerances or missing. And if we go in here, we can also see these were uploaded manually, and the evidence for those might be a statement or a similar document, and that's kept with the readings themselves, so that when you generate your evidence pack, all those things can be put in it. It's worth noting here that the system doesn't just model the CRC scheme, it also models other schemes. We maintain the factors for those schemes and any relevant calculations on your behalf if necessary, and you may wish to report part of your organisation under CRC, part under GHG, or indeed have a look at the impact of reporting under either scheme on the same part of the organisation. In this tab you can put in your reduction plans, which you can attach to any level of your organisational hierarchy, or indeed your asset base. You can record details about the cost of the reduction plan and the expected amount of carbon it's going to reduce, which will then feed into your impact analysis. I hope the overview has been useful and informative and given you a good idea of some of the functionality in the system. We also offer services around the system, including initial review services to look at data emission sources, meters available, and make possible sub-metering recommendations. We look at services for implementation and integration and a plan for integration with your current systems to automate data collection, and we offer post-implementation services with qualified carbon trust consultants ensuring you are compliant with the scheme you've chosen. If you'd like to get in touch, please feel free. Our email is info@carbonops.com, or you can ring us on 0207 117 8002. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.